Al-Ma'idah, Chapter 5, The Table. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With name of the God, the Almighty, the Merciful. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu awfu bil uqud. Uhillat lakum bahimatul an'ami illa ma yutla alaykum ghayra muhillis saydi wa antum hurum. Inna Allaha yahkumu ma yurid. O you, those who believe, complete with the knots. Allowed to you beast, the animals, except what it read over you, other than to be allowed the hunting, and you forbidden. Surely the God, He commands what He wants. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu لا تهلوا شعائر الله ولا الشهر الحرام ولا الهدي ولا القلائد ولا آمين البيت الحرام يبتغون فضلا من ربهم ورضوانا وإذا حللتم فاصطادوا ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم أن صدوكم عن المسجد الحرام أن تعتدوا وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله Inna Allah shadidul iqab. O you, those who believe, don't you allow symbols of the God, and not the months, the forbidden, and not the offerings, and not the keys, and not securers of the house, the sanctified. They seeking grace from their Lord and happiness. And when you allowed but hunt, and don't it surely make you sin, hating people, that they stop you over the mosque, the sanctified, that you transgress, and you comply over the benevolence and the piety. And don't you comply over the evils and the transgressions, and fear the God, surely the God severe, the end. حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به والمنخنقة والموقوذة والمتردية والنتيهة وما أكل السبع إلا ما زكيتم وما ذبح على النصب وأن تستقسموا بالأزلام ذلكم فسق. اليوم يئس الذين كفروا من دينكم فلا تخشوهم واخشون اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا فمن اضطر في مخمصة غير متجانف لإثم فإن الله غفور رحيم. Disallowed over you the dead and the blood and meat of the pig, and what killed to other than the God with it, and the strangled, and the suffocated, and the bashed, and the speared, and what ate the wild animals, except what you clean, and what killed over the evil, and that you divide with the raffling, that to you rebelliousness. The day they lose hope, those who reject from your way, but don't you fear them and fear me. The day I complete to you your way, and I complete over you my favor, and I like to you the submission away. But one driven in shortage, other than violently to evil, but surely the God forgives, merciful. يسألونك ماذا أهل لهم قل أهل لكم الطيبات وما علمتم من الجوارح مكلبين تعلمونهن مما علمكم الله فكلوا مما أمسكن عليكم واذكروا اسم الله عليه واتقوا الله إن الله سريع الحساب. They ask you what allowed to them. Say, allowed to you the good, and what you teach from the moving runners, you teaching them from what teaches you the God. But eat from what they stop over you, and remember name of the God over it, and fear the God, surely the God swift, the accounter. اليوم أحل لكم الطيبات وطعام الذين أوتوا الكتاب حل لكم وطعامكم حل لهم والمحصنات من المؤمنات والمحصنات من الذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبلكم إذا آتيتموهن أجورهن محسنين غير مصافحين ولا متخذي أخدان ومن يكفر بالإيمان فقد حبط عمله وهو في الآخرة من الخاسرين. The day allowed to you the good, and food of those brought the book allowed to you, and your food allowed to them, and the chaste women from the believing women, and the chaste women from those brought the book from before you, when you bring them their rewards, chaste other than unchaste, and don't be taking affairs. And one he rejects with the faith, but are shut his deeds, and he in the hereafter from the losers. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق وامسحوا برؤوسكم وأرجلكم إلى الكعبين وإن كنتم جنبا فاطهروا وإن كنتم مرضى أو على سفر أو جاء أحد منكم من الغائط أو لامستم النساء فلم تجدوا ماء فتيمموا صعيدا طيبا فامسحوا بوجوهكم وأيديكم منه ما يريد الله ليجعل عليكم من حرج ولكن يريد ليطهركم وليتم نعمته عليكم لعلكم تشكرون. O you, those who believe, when you stand to the prayer, but wash your faces and your hands to the elbows, and pass with your heads and your feet to the 2 ankles. And if you are impure, but be cleaning, and if you be sick or over travel, or comes anyone from you from the relieving, or you touched the women, but not you find fluid, but you be seeking sand good, but pass with your faces and your hands from it. Not he wants, the God, to his making over you from problems, and but he wants to his cleaning you, and to his completing his favor over you. Maybe you thank. واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم وميثاقه الذي واثقكم به إذ قلتم سمعنا وأطعنا واتقوا الله إن الله عليم بذات الصدور. And remember favor of the God over you, and his promise which you promised with him. Behold, you said, we listen and we obey, and fear the God, surely the God knowledgeable with the chests. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. O you, those who believe, be constant to God, witnesses with the justice, and not it surely make you sin, hating people, over surely not you be just. Be just, it closer to the piety, and fear the God, surely the God aware with what you do. وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم مغفرة وأجر عظيم. Promises the God, those who believe and do the righteousness, to them forgiveness and reward great. والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب الجحيم. And those who reject and they falsify with our signs, they companions of the fire. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ هم قوم أن يبسطوا إليكم أيديهم فكف أيديهم عنكم واتقوا الله وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. O you, Those who believe, remember favor of the God over you. Behold, came people that they extend to you their hands, but stop their hands over you, and fear the God, and over the God but they trust, the believers.
وَلَقَدْ أَخَذَ اللَّهُ مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ وَبَعَثْنَا مِنْهُمُ 12 نَقِيبًا وَقَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ لئن أقمتم الصلاة وآتيتم الزكاة وآمنتم برسلي وعزرتموهم وأقرضتم الله قرضا حسنا لأكفرن عنكم سيئاتكم ولأدخلنكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار فمن كفر بعد ذلك منكم فقد ضل سواء السبيل.
And already took the God promise of sons of Israel, and we brought out from them 12 leaders, and said the God, surely I with you, if you make constant the prayer, and you bring the purity, and you believe with my messengers, and you honor them, and you loan the God alone good, to my surely rejecting over you your evils, and to my surely admitting you gardens flowing from beneath them the rivers. But one who rejects after that from you, but has strayed even the path.
فبما نقضهم ميثاقهم لعناهم وجعلنا قلوبهم قاسية يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه ونسوا حظا مما ذكروا به ولا تزال تطلع على خائنة منهم إلا قليلا منهم فاعف عنهم واصفح إن الله يحب المحسنين.
But with what they broke their promise, we cursed them, and we made their hearts hard. They changed the word over its placing, and they forgot a portion from what they reminded with it, and not decline rising over treason from them, except a few from them, but pass over them and push away. Surely the God, He loves the beneficent.
وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَى أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَهُمْ فَنَسُوا حَظًّا مِّمَّا ذُكِّرُوا بِهِ فَأَغْرَيْنَا بَيْنَهُمُ الْعَدَاوَةَ وَالْبَغْضَاءَ إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ وَسَوْفَ يُنَبِّئُهُمُ اللَّهُ بِمَا كَانُوا يَصْنَعُونَ.
And from those they say, surely we Christians, we took their promise, but they forgot a portion from what they reminded with it. So we changed between them the enmity and the hatred to day of the standing. And soon He will inform them, the God, with what they're manufacturing.
يا أهل الكتاب قد جاءكم رسولنا يبين لكم كثيرا مما كنتم تخفون من الكتاب ويعفو عن كثير قد جاءكم من الله نور وكتاب مبين.
O keepers of the book, has come to you our messenger. He clarifies to you much from what you were, you hiding from the book, and he passes over much. Has come to you from the God, light and book clear.
يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام ويخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور بإذنه ويهديهم إلى صراط مستقيم.
He guides with it the God, one who follows his happiness, paths of the peace, and he takes them out from the darknesses to the light with his will, and he guides them to a highway constant.
لقد كفر الذين قالوا إن الله هو المسيح ابن مريم قل فمن يملك من الله شيئا إن أراد أن يهلك المسيح ابن مريم وأمه ومن في الأرض جميعا ولله ملك السماوات والأرض وما بينهما يخلق ما يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير.
Already reject those, they say, surely the God, he the Messiah, son of Mary. Say, but who? He controls from the God a thing, if intends that he destroy the Messiah, son of Mary, and his mother, and those in the earth altogether. And to God kingship of the heavens and the earths, and what between them both. He creates what he wishes, and the God over everything powerful.
وقالت اليهود والنصارى نحن أبناء الله وأحباؤه قل فلم يعذبكم بذنوبكم بل أنتم بشر ممن خلق يغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء ولله ملك السماوات والأرض وما بينهما وإليه المصير.
And they say, the Jews and the Christians, we sons of the God and his loved. Say, so why he punishes you with your crimes? But you conscious beings from what created, he forgives to one he wishes, and he punishes one he wishes. And to God kingship of the heavens and the earths, and what between them both, and to him the end.
يا أهل الكتاب قد جاءكم رسولنا يبين لكم على فترة من الرسل أن تقولوا ما جاءنا من بشير ولا نذير فقد جاءكم بشير ونذير والله على كل شيء قدير.
O keepers of the book, has come to you our messenger. He clarifies to you over stoppage from the messengers that you be saying, not came to us from informer and not warner, but has come to you informer and warner, and the God over everything powerful.
وإذ قال موسى لقومه يا قوم اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ جعل فيكم أنبياء وجعلكم ملوكا وآتاكم ما لم يؤت أحدا من العالمين.
And behold, said Moses to his people, O my people, remember favor of the God over you. Behold, made in you prophets, and made you kings, and brought you what not he brought anyone from the knowing.
يا قوم ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم ولا ترتدوا على أدباركم فتنقلبوا خاسرين.
O my people, enter the earth, the holy, which wrote the God to you, and don't you turn over your backs, but you will return losers.
قالوا يا موسى إن فيها قوما جبارين وإنا لن ندخلها حتى يخرجوا منها فإن يخرجوا منها فإنا داخلون.
They said, O Moses, surely in her people violent, and surely we, not will we enter her till they taken out from her. But if they taken out from her, but surely we will enter.
قال رجلان من الذين يخافون أنعم الله عليهم ادخلوا عليهم الباب فإذا دخلتموه فإنكم غالبون وعلى الله فتوكلوا إن كنتم مؤمنين.
Said two men from those they feared favor of the God over them both. Enter over them the door, but when you enter it, but surely you will overcome, and over the God but trust, if you be believers.
قالوا يا موسى إنا لن ندخلها أبدا ما داموا فيها فاذهب أنت وربك فقاتلا إنا هاهنا قاعدون.
They said, O Moses, surely we, not will we enter her ever what they go on in her. So go you and your Lord, but fight both. Surely we right here sitting.
قال رب إني لا أملك إلا نفسي وأخي فافرق بيننا وبين القوم الفاسقين.
He said, Lord, surely not I control, except my soul and my brother, but separate between us and between the people, the rebellious.
قال فإنها محرمة عليهم 40 سنة يتيهون في الأرض فلا تأس على القوم الفاسقين.
He said, but surely she forbidden over them 40 years. They will wander in the earth. So don't you lose hope over the people, the rebellious.
واتل عليهم نبأ بني آدم بالحق إذ قربا قربانا فتقبل من أحدهما ولم يتقبل من الآخر قال لأقتلنك قال إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين.
And read over them news of sons of Adam with the truth. Behold, both made closeness, but accepted from one of them both, and not he accepted from the other. He said, to my surely killing you. He said, surely what he accepts, the God from the pious.
لئن بسطت إلي يدك لتقتلني ما أنا بباسط يدي إليك لأقتلك إني أخاف الله رب العالمين.
If you extend to me your hand to your killing me, not I with extending my hand to you to my killing you. Surely I fear the God, Lord of the knowing.
إني أريد أن تبوء بإثمي وإثمك فتكون من أصحاب النار وذلك جزاء الظالمين.
Surely I want that you establish with my evils and your evils, but you be from companions of the fire, and that repaying of the wrongdoers.
فطوعت له نفسه قتل أخيه فقتله فأصبح من الخاسرين.
But she forced to him his soul, killing his brother, so killed him, but became from the losers.
فبعث الله غرابا يبحث في الأرض ليريه كيف يواري سوءة أخيه قال يا ويلتى أعجزت أن أكون مثل هذا الغراب فأواري سوءة أخي فأصبح من النادمين.
So brought out the God a crow, it scratched in the earth, to its showing him how it covered evil of his brother. He said, O woe! Am I fretful that I be example of this, the crow, but I cover evil of my brother, but became from the regretful.
من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا ولقد جاءتهم رسلنا بالبينات ثم إن كثيرا منهم بعد ذلك في الأرض لمسرفون.
From term that we wrote over sons of Israel, surely it, one who kills a soul other than herself or war in the earth, but like surely what kills the mankind altogether. And one who gives her life, but like surely what gives life the mankind altogether. And already came to them our messengers with the clarities, then surely many from them after that in the earth to be trespassing.
إنما جزاء الذين يحاربون الله ورسوله ويسعون في الأرض فسادا أن يقتلوا أو يسلبوا أو تقطع أيديهم وأرجلهم من خلاف أو ينفوا من الأرض ذلك لهم خزي في الدنيا ولهم في الآخرة عذاب عظيم.
Surely what reaping of those they war the God and His messengers, and they strive in the earth warring, that they be killed, or they be crucified, or be cut their hands and their feet from opposites, or they exiled from the earth, that to them humiliation in the world, and to them in the hereafter punishment great.
إلا الذين تابوا من قبل أن تقدروا عليهم فاعلموا أن الله غفور رحيم.
Except those who turn from before that you measure over them. But know, surely the God forgives, merciful.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وابتغوا إليه الوسيلة وجاهدوا في سبيله لعلكم تفلحون.
O you, those who believe, fear the God and seek to Him the connection and struggle in His path. Maybe you prosper.
إن الذين كفروا لو أن لهم ما في الأرض جميعا ومثله معه ليفتدوا به من عذاب يوم القيامة ما تقبل منهم ولهم عذاب أليم.
Surely those who reject, if surely to them what in the earth altogether, and example of it with it, to their freeing with it from punishment of day of the standing, not will be accepted from them, and to them punishment grievous.
يريدون أن يخرجوا من النار وما هم بخارجين منها ولهم عذاب مقيم.
They will want that they be taken out from the fire, and not they with taking out from her, and to them punishment constant.
والسارق والسارقة فاقطعوا أيديهما جزاء بما كسبا نكالا من الله والله عزيز حكيم.
And the man thief and the woman thief, but cut hand of them both, repaying with what they both earn, as example from the God, and the God mighty, wise.
فمن تاب من بعد ظلمه وأصلح فإن الله يتوب عليه إن الله غفور رحيم.
But one who turns from after his wrongdoing and rights, but surely the God, He turns over him Surely the God forgives, merciful.
ألم تعلم أن الله له ملك السماوات والأرض يعذب من يشاء ويغفر لمن يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير.
Do not you know, surely the God, to him kingship of the heavens and the earths. He punishes one he wishes, and he forgives to one he wishes, and the God over everything powerful.
يا أيها الرسول لا يحزنك الذين يصارعون في الكفر من الذين قالوا آمنا بأفواههم ولم تؤمن قلوبهم ومن الذين هادوا سماعون للكذب سماعون لقوم آخرين لم يأتوك يحرفون الكلم من بعد مواضعه يقولون إن أوتيتم هذا فخذوه وإن لم تؤتوه فاحذروا ومن يرد الله فتنته فلن تملك له من الله شيئا أولئك الذين لم يرد الله أن يطهر قلوبهم لهم في الدنيا خزي ولهم في الآخرة عذاب عظيم.
O you, the messenger, not they grieve you, those they striving in the rejection, from those they say, we believe, with their mouths, and not believe their hearts, and from those who choose, they listening to the falsehood, they listening to people other, not it comes to you. They change the word from after its placing. They say, if you brought this, but take it, and if not you brought it, but be warned. And one he wants, the God, him tried, but not you control to him from the God a thing. They, those, not he wants, the God, that he purify their hearts, to them in the world humiliation, and to them in the hereafter punishment great.
سماعون للكذب أكالون للسحت فإن جاءوك فاحكم بينهم أو أعرض عنهم وإن تعرض عنهم فلن يضروك شيئا وإن حكمت فاحكم بينهم بالقسط إن الله يحب المقسطين.
They listen to the falsehood, and they eat to the abomination. But if they come to you, but judge between them, or turn away over them. And if you turn away over them, but not will they wrong you a thing. And if you judge, but judge between them with the justice. Surely the God, He loves the just.
وكيف يحكمونك وعندهم التوراة فيها حكم الله ثم يتولون من بعد ذلك وما أولئك بالمؤمنين.
And how can they make you judge, and with them the Torah, in her judgment of the God, then they turn from after that, and not they with the believers.
إنا أنزلنا التوراة فيها هدى ونور يحكم بها النبيون الذين أسلموا للذين هادوا والربانيون والأحبار بما استحفظوا من كتاب الله وكانوا عليه شهداء فلا تخشوا الناس واخشوني ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الكافرون.
Surely we sent down the Torah in her guidance and light. They judged with her, the prophets, those who submitted, to those who Jews, and the rabbis, and the doctors of law, with what they guarded from book of the God, and they were over it witnesses. So don't you fear the mankind, and fear me. And don't you purchase with my signs a sum small. And those, not they judge with what sends down the God, but those, they the rejectors.
وكتبنا عليهم فيها أن النفس بالنفس والعين بالعين والأنف بالأنف والأذن بالأذن والسن بالسن والجروح قصاص فمن تصدق به فهو كفارة له ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الظالمون.
And we wrote over them in her, surely the soul with the soul, and the eye with the eye, and the bounty with the bounty, and the ear with the ear, and the tooth with the tooth, and the going towards explanation, but one given truth with it, but it rejected to him. And those, not they judge with what sends down the God, but those, they the wrongdoers.
وقفينا على آثارهم بعيسى ابن مريم مصدقا لما بين يديه من التوراة وآتيناه الإنجيل فيه هدى ونور ومصدقا لما بين يديه من التوراة وهدى وموعظة للمتقين.
And we followed over their remnants with Jesus son of Mary, confirming to what in front of him from the Torah, and we brought him the Injil, in it guidance and light, and confirming to what in front of it from the Torah, and guidance and instruction to the pious.
وَلْيَحْكُمْ أَهْلُ الْإِنْجِيلِ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ.
And let them judge, keepers of the Injil, with what sent down the God in it. And those, not they judge with what sends down the God, but those, they the rebellious.
وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ وَمُهَيْمِنًا عَلَيْهِ فاحكم بينهم بما أنزل الله ولا تتبع أهواءهم عما جاءك من الحق لكل جعلنا منكم شرعة ومنهاجا ولو شاء الله لجعلكم أمة واحدة ولكن ليبلوكم فيما آتاكم فاستبقوا الخيرات إلى الله مرجعكم جميعا فينبئكم بما كنتم فيه تختلفون.
And we send down to you the book with the truth, confirming to what in front of it from the book, and we secure over it. So judge between them with what sends down the God, and don't you follow their thoughts over what comes to you from the truth. To all we make from you rites and rituals. And if wish the God to be making you people one, and but to his testing you in what brings you, so overtake the good. To the God you will be returned altogether, but he will inform you with what you are in it, you differing.
وأنحكم بينهم بما أنزل الله ولا تتبع أهواءهم واحذرهم أن يفتنوك عن بعض ما أنزل الله إليك فإن تولوا فاعلم أنما يريد الله أن يصيبهم ببعض ذنوبهم وإن كثيرا من الناس لفاسقون.
And that judge between them with what sends down the God, and don't you follow their thoughts, and be warned of them that they try you over some of what sends down the God to you. But if they turn away, but know surely what he wants, the God, that he come to them with some of their crimes, and surely most from the mankind to be rebellious.
أفحكم الجاهلية يبغون ومن أحسن من الله حكما لقوم يوقنون.
Is but judgment of the ignorance they seek, and who better from the God judging to people they assured.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء بعضهم أولياء بعض ومن يتولهم منكم فإنه منهم إن الله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
O you, those who believe, don't you take the Jews and the Christians protectors, some of them protectors of others, and one he turns to them from you, but surely he from them. Surely the God, not he guides the people, the wrongdoing.
فترى الذين في قلوبهم مرض يصارعون فيهم يقولون نخشى أن تصيبنا دائرة فعسى الله أن يأتي بالفتح أو أمر من عنده فيصبحوا على ما أسروا في أنفسهم نادمين.
But you will see those in their hearts disease, they striving in them, they saying, we fear that will come to us circles. But maybe the God that He comes with the opening or command from within Him, but they will become over what they hide in their souls, regretful.
وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَهَؤُلَاءِ الَّذِينَ أَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ إِنَّهُمْ لَمَعَكُمْ حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ فَأَصْبَحُوا خَاسِرِينَ.
And they say, those who believe, are these those who swear with the God, struggle of their faith? Surely they to be with you. Shut their deeds, but they have become losers.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا من يرتد منكم عن دينه فسوف يأتي الله بقوم يحبهم ويحبونه أذلة على المؤمنين أعزة على الكافرين يجاهدون في سبيل الله ولا يخافون لومة لائم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله واسع عليم.
O you, those who believe, 1. He turns back from you over his way, but soon he will bring the God with people, he loving them and they loving him, humble over the believers, mighty over the rejectors, they struggling in path of the God, and not their fear, blaming little. That grace of the God, He brings it one He wishes, and the God ample, knowledgeable.
إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون.
Surely what your inheritor, the God, and His messengers, and those who believe, those they make constant the prayer, and they bring the purity, and they bow.
وَمَن يَتَوَلَّ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَإِنَّ حِزْبَ اللَّهِ هُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ.
And those, they turn to the God and His messengers, and those who believe, but surely society of the God, they the victorious.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا الذين اتخذوا دينكم هزوا ولعبا من الذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبلكم والكفار أولياء واتقوا الله إن كنتم مؤمنين.
O you, those who believe, don't you take those, they take your way, mockery and play, from those brought the book from before you, and the rejectors, protectors, and fear the God, if you be believers.
وَإِذَا نَادَيْتُمْ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ اتَّخَذُوهَا هُزُوًا وَلَعِبًا ذلك بأنهم قوم لا يعقلون.
And when you called to the prayer, they take it mockery and play. That with surety they people, not they understand.
قل يا أهل الكتاب هل تنقمون منا إلا أن آمنا بالله وما أنزل إلينا وما أنزل من قبل وأن أكثركم فاسقون.
Say, O keepers of the book, are you turning away from us, except that we believe with the God and what's sent down to us and what's sent down from before, and surely most of you rebellious.
قل هل أنبئكم بشر من ذلك مثوبة عند الله من لعنه الله وغضب عليه وجعل منهم القردة والخنازير وعبد الطاغوت أولئك شر مكانا وأضل عن سواء السبيل.
Say, should I inform you with worse from that, paying within the God? One cursed him the God, and angered over him, and made from them the apes and the pigs, and served the transgressors, those worse placed and astray over even the path.
وَإِذَا جَاءُوكُمْ قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَقَدْ دَخَلُوا بِالْكُفْرِ وَهُمْ قَدْ خَرَجُوا بِهِ وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْتُمُونَ.
And when they come to you, they say, we believe. And have they entered with the rejection? And have they exited with it? And the God aware with what they are, they hiding.
وَتَرَى كَثِيرًا مِّنْهُمْ يُصَارِعُونَ فِي الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَأَكْلِهِمُ السُّحْتَ لَبِئْسَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ.
And you see most from them, they striving in the evils and the transgressions, and they're eating the abomination, to be evil what they are, they're doing.
لولا ينهاهم الربانيون والأحبار عن قولهم الإثم وأكلهم السحت لبئس ما كانوا يصنعون.
Why not they stop them, the rabbis and the doctors of law, over their saying the evil and their eating the abomination, to be evil what they are, they're manufacturing.
وقالت اليهود يد الله مغلولة غلت أيديهم ولعنوا بما قالوا بل يداه مبسوطتان ينفق كيف يشاء وليزيدن كثيرا منهم ما أنزل إليك من ربك طغيانا وكفرا وألقينا بينهم العداوة والبغضاء إلى يوم القيامة كلما أوقدوا نارا للحرب أطفأها الله ويسعون في الأرض فسادا Wallahu la yuhibbul mufsideen.
And they say, the Jews, hands of the God tied, be tied their hands, and they be cursed with what they say. But his hands both extended, he spends how he wishes. And to it surely adding, most from them, what sent down to you from your Lord, transgression and rejection. And we throw between them the enmity and the hatred to day of the standing. All of what they light fire to the war snuffs her the God, and they strive in the earth warring, and the God, not he loves the warring.
ولو أن أهل الكتاب آمنوا واتقوا لكفرنا عنهم سيئاتهم ولأدخلناهم جنات النعيم.
And if surely keepers of the book, they believe and they fear, to our rejecting over them their evils, and to our admitting them gardens, the blissful.
ولو أنهم أقاموا التوراة والإنجيل وما أنزل إليهم من ربهم لأكلوا من فوقهم ومن تحت أرجلهم منهم أمة مقتصدة وكثير منهم ساء ما يعملون.
And if surely they stood the Torah and the Injil and what sent down to them from their Lord, to be eating from above them and from beneath their feet, from them people even-keeled, and most from them evil what they do.
يا أيها الرسول بلغ ما أنزل إليك من ربك وإن لم تفعل فما بلغت رسالته والله يعصمك من الناس إن الله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين.
O you, the messenger, deliver what sent down to you from your Lord, and if not you do, but not you deliver his messages, and the God, he will stop you from the mankind. Surely the God, not he guides the people, the rejecting.
قل يا أهل الكتاب لستم على شيء حتى تقيموا التوراة والإنجيل وما أنزل إليكم من ربكم وليزيدن كثيرا منهم ما أنزل إليك من ربك طغيانا وكفرا فلا تأس على القوم الكافرين.
Say, O keepers of the book, not you over a thing till you stand the Torah and the Injil and what sent down to you from your Lord, and to it surely adding most from them what sent down to you from your Lord, transgression and rejection. But don't you lose hope over the people, the rejecting.
إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والصابئون والنصارى من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.
Surely those who believe, and those who choose, and the Buddhists, and the Christians, one who believes with the God, and the day, the later, and does righteousness, but no fear over them, and not they grieve.
لقد أخذنا ميثاق بني إسرائيل وأرسلنا إليهم رسلا كلما جاءهم رسول بما لا تهوى أنفسهم فريقا كذبوا وفريقا يقتلون.
Already we took promise of sons of Israel, and we sent to them messengers. All of what came to them a messenger, with what not desired their souls, a group falsified, and a group they fought.
وحسبوا ألا تكون فتنة فعموا وسموا ثم تاب الله عليهم ثم عموا وسموا كثير منهم والله بصير بما يعملون.
And they thought, surely not she be trial, but they blinded and they deafened, then turned the God over them. Then they blinded and they deafened most from them, and the God watches with what they do.
لقد كفر الذين قالوا إن الله هو المسيح ابن مريم وقال المسيح يا بني إسرائيل اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم إنه من يشرك بالله فقد حرم الله عليه الجنة ومأواه النار وما للظالمين من أنصار.
Already reject those. They say, surely the God, He the Messiah, son of Mary. And said the Messiah, O sons of Israel, serve the God, my Lord and your Lord. Surely He, one, He partners with the God, but has forbidden the God over him the garden, and his abode the fire, and not to the wrongdoers from help.
لقد كفر الذين قالوا إن الله ثالث ثلاثة وما من إله إلا إله واحد وإن لم ينتهوا عما يقولون ليمسن الذين كفروا منهم عذاب أليم.
Already reject those. They say, surely the God, third of three, and not from God, except God one. And if not they stop over what they say, to it surely touching those who reject from them punishment grievous.
أفلا يتوبون إلى الله ويستغفرونه والله غفور رحيم.
Will but not they turn to the God and they ask His forgiveness, and the God forgiving, merciful.
मल मसीहु इब्नु मरियम इल्ला रसूलुन क़द खलत मिन क़ब्लिहिर रुसुल व उम्मुहु सिद्दीक़ह काना यअकुलानित तआम उन्जुर कैफ़ नुबय्यिनु लहुमुल आयाति सुम्मा अन्जुर अन्ना युफ़कून.
Not the Messiah, son of Mary, except a messenger. Have passed from before him the messengers, and his mother truthful. They both eating the food. Look how we clarify to them the signs. Then look, surely they deluded.
قل أتعبدون من دون الله ما لا يملك لكم ضرا ولا نفعا والله هو السميع العليم.
Say, are you serving from other than the God what not it controls to you bad and not benefit, and the God, He the listener, the knowledgeable.
قل يا أهل الكتاب لا تغلوا في دينكم غير الحق ولا تتبعوا أهواء قوم قد ضلوا من قبل وأضلوا كثيرا وضلوا عن سواء السبيل.
Say, O keepers of the book, don't you mix in your way other than the truth, and don't you follow thoughts of people. Have they strayed from before, and made astray many, and they astray over even the path.
لعن الذين كفروا من بني إسرائيل على لسان داود وعيسى بن مريم ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون.
Cursed those who rejected from sons of Israel over tongues of David and Jesus son of Mary, that with what they disobeyed, and they transgressing.
كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه لبئس ما كانوا يفعلون.
They were not they stopping over weirdness, they did it. To be evil what they were, they doing.
ترى كثيرا منهم يتولون الذين كفروا لبئس ما قدمت لهم أنفسهم أن سخط الله عليهم وفي العذاب هم خالدون.
You see most from them, they turning to those who reject, to be evil what send forth to them their souls, that angers the God over them, and in the punishment they will live perpetually.
ولو كانوا يؤمنون بالله والنبي وما أنزل إليه ما اتخذوهم أولياء ولكن كثيرا منهم فاسقون.
And if they believing with the God and the Prophet and what sent down to him, not they take them protectors, and but surely most from them rebellious.
لتجدن أشد الناس عداوة للذين آمنوا اليهود والذين أشركوا وَلَتَجِدَنَّ أَقْرَبَهُم مَّوَدَّةً لِّلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَىٰ ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ مِنْهُمْ قِسِّيسِينَ وَرُهْبَانًا وَأَنَّهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. To your surely finding severe of the mankind, enemies to those who believe, the Jews, and those who partner, and to your surely finding close to them, loving to those who believe, those, they say, surely we Christians, that, with surety from them seekers, and revering, and surely they, not the arrogant. وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَى الرَّسُولِ تَرَى أَعْيُنَهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ مِمَّا عَرَفُوا مِنَ الْحَقِّ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا آمَنَّا فَاكْتُبْنَا مَعَ الشَّاهِدِينَ. And when they hear what's sent down to the messenger, you see their eyes flowing from the tears, from what they recognize from the truth. They say, Our Lord, we believe, so write us with the witnesses. وَمَا لَنَا لَا نُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَمَا جَاءَنَا مِنَ الْحَقِّ وَنَطْمَعُ أَن يُدْخِلَنَا رَبُّنَا مَعَ الْقَوْمِ الصَّالِحِينَ. And what to us, not we believe with the God, and what comes to us from the truth, and we desire that He admits us, our Lord, with the people, the righteous. فَأَثَابَهُمُ اللَّهُ بِمَا قَالُوا جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا وَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. So pays them the God with what they say, gardens flowing from beneath them the rivers, living perpetually in them, and that repaying of the beneficent. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا أُولَئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَحِيمِ. And those who reject and they falsify with our signs, they companions of the fire. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُحَرِّمُوا طَيِّبَاتِ مَا أَحَلَّ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُعْتَدِينَ. O you, those who believe, don't you forbid good, what allows the God to you, and don't you transgress. Surely the God, not He loves the transgressors. وَكُلُوا مِمَّا رَزَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ حَلَالًا طَيِّبًا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي أَنْتُمْ بِهِ مُؤْمِنُونَ. And eat from what sustains you the God, allowed good, and fear the God, the One, you with Him believing. لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما عقدتم الأيمان فكفارته إطعام 10 مساكين من أوسط ما تطعمون أهليكم أو كسوتهم أو تحرير رقبة فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام ذلك كفارة أيمانكم إذا حلفتم واحفظوا أيمانكم كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون. Not will he grab you, the God, with the vanities in your covenants, but he will grab you with what you not, the covenants, but rejection of it, feeding 10 poor, from extent of what you feed your keepers, or their clothing, or freeing captives. But one, not he finds, but fast 3 days. That rejection of your covenants when you swear, and guard your covenants, like that he clarifies, the God, to you his signs. Maybe you thank. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إنما الخمر والميسر والأنصاب والأزلام رجس من عمل الشيطان فاجتنبوه لعلكم تفلحون. O you, those who believe, surely what the alcohol and the gambling and the evil and the raffling, abomination from deeds of the Satan, but push him away, maybe you prosper. إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون. Surely what he wants, the Satan, that it occurs between you, the enmity and the hatred, in the alcohol and the gambling, and he stops you over remembrance of the God and over the prayer. So will you be stopping? وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ وَاحْذَرُوا فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ فَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا عَلَى رَسُولِنَا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. And obey the God, and obey the messengers, and be warned. But if you turn back, but know, surely what over our messengers, the delivering, the clear. ليس على الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات جناح فيما طعموا إذا ما اتقوا وآمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ثم اتقوا وآمنوا ثم اتقوا وأحسنوا والله يحب المحسنين. Not over those who believe and do the righteousness issue in what they feed, when what they fear and they believe and do the righteousness, then they fear and they believe, then they fear and they beneficent, and the God, He loves the beneficent. يا أيها الذين آمنوا ليبلونكم الله بشيء من الصيد تناله أيديكم ورماحكم ليعلم الله من يخافه بالغيب فَمَنِ اعْتَدَى بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ فَلَهُ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. O you, those who believe, to his surely testing you, the God, with a thing from the prey, your portion of it, your hands and your spears, to his knowing, the God, one, he fears him with the unseen. But one who transgresses after that, but to him punishment grievous. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقتلوا الصيد وأنتم حرم ومن قتله منكم متعمدا فجزاء مثل ما قتل من النعم يحكم به ذوى عدل منكم هديا بالغ الكعبة أو كفارة طعام مساكين أو عدل ذلك صياما ليذوق وبال أمره عفى الله عما سلف ومن عاد فينتقم الله منه والله عزيز ذو انتقام. O you, those who believe, don't you kill the prey, and you forbidden, and one who kills it from you forcefully, but repaying example of what killed from the animal, they judge with it, with justice from you, offering, reaching the Kaaba, or rejection, feeding poor, or equal that fasts, to his tasting condition of his command, passes over the God, over what passed, and one who transgresses, but he will avenge the God from him, and the God mighty with retribution. أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَحْرِ وَطَعَامُهُ مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِلسَّيَّارَةِ وَحُرِّمَ عَلَيْكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَرِّ مَا دُمْتُمْ حُرُمًا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. Allowed to you prey of the sea and its food, sustenance to you and to the caravan, and disallowed over you prey of the land, what you go on forbidden, and fear the God, the One, to him you will be gathered. جعل الله الكعبة البيت الحرام قياما للناس والشهر الحرام والهدي والقلائد ذلك لتعلموا أن الله يعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. Made the God the Kaaba, the house, the sanctified, standing to the mankind, and the months, the forbidden, and the offerings, and the keys, that, to your knowing, surely the God, He knows what in the heavens and what in the earths, and surely the God with everything knowledgeable. اعلموا أن الله شديد العقاب وأن الله غفور رحيم. Be knowing, surely the God severe, the end, and surely the God forgiving, merciful. ما على الرسول إلا البلاغ والله يعلم ما تبدون وما تكتمون. Not over the messengers except the delivering, And the God, He knows what you announce and what you hide. قُلْ لَا يَسْتَوِي الْخَبِيثُ وَالطَّيِّبُ وَلَوْ أَعْجَبَكَ كَثْرَةُ الْخَبِيثِ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. Say, not they equal, the wicked and the good, and if makes you wonder much of the wicked, but fear the God, O with the sense, maybe you prosper. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تسألوا عن أشياء إن تبد لكم تسؤكم وإن تسألوا عنها حين ينزل القرآن تبد لكم عفى الله عنها والله غفور حليم. O you, those who believe, don't you ask over things if made open to you will wrong you, and if you ask over them while He sends down the Quran will be open to you, passes over the God over them, and the God forgiving, forbearing. قَدْ سَأَلَهَا قَوْمٌ مِّن قَبْلِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَصْبَحُوا بِهَا كَافِرِينَ. Had asked them people from before you, then they became with them rejectors. ما جعل الله من بهيرة ولا صائبة ولا وسيلة ولا هام ولكن الذين كفروا يفترون على الله الكذب وأكثرهم لا يعقلون. Not made the God from Bahira and not Saiba and not Wasila, and not harm. And but surely those who reject, they invent over the God the falsehood, and most of them not they understand. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ تَعَالَوْا إِلَى مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ وَإِلَى الرَّسُولِ قَالُوا حسبنا ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا أولو كان آباؤهم لا يعلمون شيئا ولا يهتدون. And when said to them, come to what sends down the God and to the messengers, they say, our account, what we found over it, our fathers. Even if are their fathers, not they knowing a thing, and not they guided. يا أيها الذين آمنوا عليكم أنفسكم لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم إلى الله مرجعكم جميعا فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. O you, those who believe, over you, your souls, not will He surely wrong you, one astray, when you are guided. To the God you will return altogether, but He will inform you with what you were doing. يا أيها الذين آمنوا شهادة بينكم إذا حضر أحدكم الموت حين الوصية اثنان ذوى عدل منكم أو آخران من غيركم إن أنتم ضربتم في الأرض فأصابتكم مصيبة الموت تحبسونهما من بعد الصلاة فيقسمان بالله إن ارتبتم لا نشتري به ثمنا ولو كان ذا قربى ولا نكتم شهادة الله إنا إذا لمن الآثمين. O you, those who believe, witness between you when presents one of you the death, while the ordaining, two with justice from you, or two others from other than you, if you be, you striking in the earth, but comes to you calamity of the death, you be assessing them both after the prayer, but they both swear with the God, if you doubt, not we purchase with it a sum, and if be with closeness, and not we hide witness of the God, surely we then to be from the evil. فَإِنْ عُثِرَ عَلَىٰ أَنَّهُمَا اسْتَحَقَّا إِثْمًا فآخران يقومان مقامهما من الذين استحق عليهم الأوليان فيقسمان بالله لشهادتنا أحق من شهادتهما وما اعتدينا إنا إذا لمن الظالمين. But if appears over surely them both, truthfully, evil, but two others, they both stand both their places, from those in truth, over them the protection, but they both swear with the God, to be our witnessing more truthful from witness of them both, and not we transgress, surely we then to be from the wrongdoers. ذَلِكَ أَدْنَىٰ أَن يَأْتُوا بِالشَّهَادَةِ عَلَىٰ وَجْهِهَا أَوْ يَخَافُوا أَن تُرَدَّ أَيْمَانٌ بَعْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاسْمَعُوا وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. That closer, that they come with the witnessing over both their faces, or they fear that will be turned back covenant after their covenant, and fear the God and listen, and the God, not He guides the people, the rebellious. يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُ اللَّهُ الرُّسُلَ فَيَقُولُ مَاذَا أُجِبْتُمْ قَالُوا لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ. A day He gathers the God, the messengers, but He will say, what was your answer? They will say, no knowledge to us, surely you knower of the unseen. إِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ اذْكُرْ نِعْمَتِي عَلَيْكَ وَعَلَى وَالِدَتِكَ إِذْ أَيَّدتُّكَ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ تُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا وَإِذْ عَلَّمْتُكَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ وَإِذْ تَخْلُقُ مِنَ الطِّينِ كَهَيْئَةِ الطَّيْرِ بِإِذْنِي فَتَنْفُخُ فِيهَا فَتَكُونُ طَيْرًا بِإِذْنِي وَتُبْرِئُ الْأَكْمَهَ وَالْأَبْرَصَ بِإِذْنِي وَإِذْ تُخْرِجُ الْمَوْتَى بِإِذْنِي وَإِذْ كَفَفْتُ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ عَنْكَ إِذْ جِئْتَهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ فَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْهُمْ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. Behold, will say the God, O Jesus, Son of Mary, remember my favor over you and over your mother. Behold, I strengthened you with Spirit, the Holy. You spoke to the mankind in the cradle and walking. And behold, I taught you the book and the wisdom and the Torah and the Injil. And behold, you created from the sulfur like shape of the bird with my will. But you blew in her, but she was a bird with my will. And you freed the blind and the lepers with my will. And behold, you took out the dead with my will. And behold, I stopped sons of Israel over you. Behold, you came to them with the clarities, but set those who rejected from them, if this, except magic clear. وَإِذْ أَوْحَيْتُ إِلَى الْحَوَارِيِّينَ أَنْ آمِنُوا بِي وَبِرَسُولِي قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَاشْهَدْ بِأَنَّنَا مُسْلِمُونَ. And behold, I inspired to the disciples that, believe with me and with my messenger. They said, we believe, and witness with absolute surety we submit. إِذْ قَالَ الْحَوَارِيُّونَ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ هَلْ يَسْتَطِيعُ رَبُّكَ أَن يُنَزِّلَ عَلَيْنَا مَائِدَةً مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ قَالَ اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِن كُنتُم مُّؤْمِنِينَ. Behold, said the disciples, O Jesus, Son of Mary, is he capable, your Lord, that he send down over us a table from the heaven? He said, fear the God if you be believers. قالوا نريد أن نأكل منها وتطمئن قلوبنا ونعلم أن قد صدقتنا ونكون عليها من الشاهدين. They said, we want that we eat from her, and surely calms our hearts, and we know that have you been truthful to us, and we be over her from the witnesses. قال عيسى ابن مريم اللهم ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين. Said Jesus, Son of Mary, the God of them, our Lord, send down over us a table from the heaven. She be to us Eid, to first of us and later of us, and a sign from you, and sustain us, and you better of the sustainers. قال الله إني منزلها عليكم فَمَن يَكْفُرْ بَعْدُ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنِّي أُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا لَا أُعَذِّبُهُ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. Said the God, surely I will send her down over you, but one he rejects after from you. But surely I will punish him a punishment, not I punished it, anyone from the knowing. وَإِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ أَأَنْتَ قُلْتَ لِلنَّاسِ اتَّخِذُونِي وَأُمِّيَ إِلَٰهَيْنِ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ قَالَ سبحانك ما يكون لي أن أقول ما ليس لي بحق إن كنت قلته فقد علمته تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك إنك أنت علام الغيوب. And behold, will say the God, O Jesus, son of Mary, did you say to the mankind, be taking me and my mother, two gods from other than the God? He will say, glory you, not it is to me that I say, what not to me with truth. If I were my saying it, but had you known it, you know what in my soul, and not I know what in your soul. Surely you knower of the unseen. ما قلت لهم إلا ما أمرتني به أن اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم وَكُنْتُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا مَا دُمْتُ فِيهِمْ فَلَمَّا تَوَفَّيْتَنِي كُنْتَ أَنْتَ الرَّقِيبَ عَلَيْهِمْ وَأَنْتَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. Not I said to them, except what you commanded me with it, that, serve the God, my Lord and your Lord, and I was over them a witness, what I went on in them. But when you took me away, you were the watcher over them, and you over everything witness. إِن تُعَذِّبْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ عِبَادُكَ وَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. If you punish them, but surely they your servants, and if you forgive to them, but surely you the mighty, the wise. قَالَ اللَّهُ هذا يوم ينفع الصادقين صدقهم لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك الفوز العظيم. Will say the God, this day it will benefit the truthful their truth. To them gardens, flowing from beneath them the rivers, living perpetually in them forever. Happy the God over them, and they happy over him. That the achievement, the great. لله ملك السماوات والأرض وما فيهن وهو على كل شيء قدير. To God kingship of the heavens and the earths and what in them, and he over everything powerful.